KVGC News Time is now 7 minutes after the hour. Time for a look at the news for a Wednesday. It's the 7th day of August for 2019. 1 week away from school starting in Amador County. Well, the CHP is currently investigating a solo vehicle accident that claimed the life of a 59-year-old Pioneer man yesterday, according to reports around 9:30. The man, whose identity has not been released pending notification of next of kin, was traveling westbound on 88, approaching Salt Springs Road. He failed to keep his vehicle in the lane, allowed it to drift left over the double yellow line and into the opposing eastbound lane. The vehicle then went off the eastbound shoulder, left the roadway just west of Salt Springs Road, and collided head-on with a large tree. The man's vehicle sustained major damage. He was not wearing his seatbelt and was provided emergency medical services by both CAL FIRE and AFPD personnel. Despite the medical attention, the Pioneer man was pronounced dead at the scene. The identity of the man, again, has not been released, pending notification of next of kin.
And the Ione City Council discussed the membership criteria for the City Park Commission members, heard proposals from solar companies, and reviewed the city's budget. A divided council voted 3-2 to reduce the number of park commissioners that can be from outside the city of Ione. By existing ordinance, 2 of the 5 commissioners can be from outside the city. Originally, the council considered not allowing any outsiders on the commission, but a compromise proposal to reduce potential non-city residents from 2-1 received a majority vote. The council also conducted interviews for a pair of solar construction companies for the city's solar farm project. The 20-acre plan would generate power for the city's sewer treatment plant. Now, company representatives were quizzed by council members on their firm's experience and track records, as well as details of the power generation plans and the fairly complex financial arrangement between the solar company, PG&E, and the city. Now, also on the agenda, the proposed city budget for the 2019-2020 fiscal year. The city plans to take in and spend a total of $7 million this year, including $2.5 million from the city's general fund. The city's police department is the city's largest general fund expense, $890,000.
And a solo vehicle accident on Highway 26 northeast of the Highway 4926 intersection brought the highway to a close yesterday. The CHP reports just after 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon, the incident was reported with one person pinned inside the vehicle. The driver of the vehicle, the lone occupant, was freed by emergency crews and taken to Mark Twain Medical Center with minor injuries. One lane of Highway 26 was closed for about an hour while crews tended to the injured driver and then removed the wreckage. The incident is under investigation.
And a Morro Bay man behind bars today following a high-speed chase through 2 counties. According to Jackson Police, Tuesday morning, just before 1 a.m., JPD officer on patrol attempted to make a traffic stop on a Honda motorcycle near the Vista Point along 4988. 36-year-old Brian Dill, on post-release community supervision and not a licensed motorcycle rider, took off westbound on Highway 88 with JPD in pursuit. Traveling at speeds up to 100 miles an hour, Dill continued until Lockford, where he turned around and headed east again on 88, back into the county, followed now by CHP, Amador Sheriff, and Jackson Police. Well, Dill finally pulled over and surrendered to officers just west of Gala Drive. JPD reports the motorcycle was not reported stolen. Dill was not in possession of any contraband or drugs. He said he fled the officer because he was an unlicensed rider. Dill was booked into the county jail on charges of disregard to safety, driving with a suspended, revoked license for DUI. And the Soda Creek City Council debated streetlights along Main Street and an ordinance regulating short-term rentals at their meeting Monday night. The council debated a proposal to change out the streetlights along the rest of Main Street to match the style of lights that have been put into place during the replacement of the Main Street Bridge. The issue is that the new lights cannot support the city's traditional Christmas decorations, which are hung across Main Street.
There is an alternative way to hang the Christmas garlands, but it requires permission from building owners along Main Street. The council voted to hold off on any streetlight replacements until agreements from Main Street building owners can be secured. The council also offered changes and edits to a draft ordinance that would regulate short-term rentals such as Airbnb. Under the ordinance, rentals would require an additional permit from the city and need to meet various regulations. Also, the council approved a contract to remodel the bathrooms at the city auditorium.
And a voter education workshop to educate Amador County voters on next year's new voting process under California's Voter Choice Act will take place August 15th. However, sign-ups must be received by the end of today. Sign-ups can be made with the Amador County Election Office by phone 223-6270 or by email at elections@amadorgov.org. Now, the workshop will take place in the Board of Supervisors chambers in Jackson, scheduled from 2 to 3 p.m., including a detailed explanation of the Voter Choice Act, and the election office will solicit input from the public to develop a comprehensive outreach program utilizing radio, social media, and newspaper to inform voters of the new process. Anyone interested in learning more about the election process or wishing to provide positive and proactive input on the upcoming changes should attend the workshop.
And you can ride the rails this weekend on the Amador Central Railroad. Ride the 6-mile round trip into the hills of the Gold Country in a real rail car. $10 per seat. Children must be 5 years of age or older. There will be 2 runs at 10 and at noon. And if you can make this, do so. Take the kids. The rides last about 1 hour. All proceeds go directly back into the Amador Central Railroad to preserve it now and for the future. Ticket sales begin at 9 o'clock at Lane Station, which is located just about 1.5 miles south of Ione on 104. You can't miss it. Just follow the signs on the day of the run. For more information, visit AmadorCentralRailroad.com. And we were waiting for more information to be released, but so far nothing out of CAL FIRE or local fire crews. You may recall we talked about this earlier this morning. About 12:30 this morning, fire crews were dispatched to the Lake Comanche Mobile Home Park to the report of a residential structure fire. When crews arrived, one mobile was fully involved, and the fire was beginning to spread to a second. Crews were able to knock the fire down and prevent the spread further. Now, 2 more units were damaged, but again, one structure fully involved, 2 only receiving damage. No further details released. We hope to have more by noon. And that's a look at local news on a Gold Country Wednesday morning from the KVGC News Center.
I'm JD.
And I'm Jim Geedy reporting. Remember, for the latest news, traffic, and weather 24 hours a day, you can always visit our website. That's kvgcradio.com.